Yo.
Yeah,
Mic check. 1, 2. What is this? You're now tuned into Imperfect Sense right here on Unified Radio.tv. Hey, look, y'all. This is the first show in the new year, 2021. 2021, man. It's been a quick year.
We made it.
We made it, man. If you listen to this, you looking at this, 2020, you fucking made it, man, because it took a lot of us out, man.
Oh my goodness!
Took the whole world out.
All
the
man. It took us out, but this is the first show of the new year, man. Of Imperfect Sense, man. If this is your first time listening or seeing us, man, let me tell you a little bit about what we got going on. You see his brothers in here. One brother isn't here by the name of Conway. You know what I'm saying? It's 4 opinionated men, brothers, all walks of life, homies, brothers. We come together. We got different opinions about different things. A lot of times we be a little bit biased, because we men and we.
Not me, y'all. Not me.
We got that fucking right. You know what I mean? Because we like to see this as the male version of The View, the male version of the talk. Because we don't got a lot of platforms where you got all men talking that shit. You know what I mean? That shit that you talk around the water cooler at work, on your lunch break, on your group text that y'all be doing with y'all homegirls. Y'all know how y'all do. We talk that shit right here so y'all can see our opinion. And what make perfect sense to us may not make perfect sense to your ass. And we truly don't give a fuck. We truly don't.
We really
that part.
Yeah, that part. So let me introduce myself. I go by the name of Eric E. Mr. Dawson, whatever you call me. I beg you, please do not call me a midget. To the left of me, you know what I'm saying, with the jokes early, we got the brother, Flesh, the fitness guru.
Hey, what's up,
you know what I'm saying? To the right of me, y'all don't see him on camera a lot. You know what I'm saying? He be doing a lot of technical shit, but when we need him, he here. You know what I mean? We got Andy with us.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Andy McFly, Uncle Drew.
Andy McFly's here. Shout out to Conway. Conway isn't with us today. He's doing a little bit of R&R and doing things he got to do for the family. You know what I mean? So we still going to have a good time. We're going to turn up. We're going to talk that shit.
Yeah.
And before we talk that shit, I got to drop this disclaimer. If you're sensitive about your race, religion, gender, sexuality, or politics, this is not the show for you because we talk about every fucking body.
Everybody.
We talk about white people,
Everybody
Asian people, black people, women, gays, lesbians, straight people, handicapped. We don't talk about retarded people though.
No, we don't.
We're not doing that. If they were born with some type of mental deficiency, we're not doing that. I'll have to go to heaven.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
They tell you don't treat them different than you treat anybody
That's
else.
the ones that can articulate it, yo. Not the ones that can't articulate it. This nigga's crazy, yo. Like, the ones that articulate it said don't treat them no different. But look, we got a good show for y'all. We're going to turn up a little bit. My thing is, we talking about this true love over finances, right?
Ooh.
So it's a lot of single people in the world, right? A lot. You know what I mean? And it's based off of one or two things. Either you can't find the right fucking person, or you financially can't find the fucking right person. Right. Some people just, they kind of caught in between. Like, when you're a person, especially a man, our point of view, and you make a lot of money, which ain't me, you tend to, depending on where you at in your life, want to find a woman that's kind of like equally yoked, bringing something to the table. Right. Not just her fat ass and titties. Don't be like that shit. And that pretty face. You got to be bringing something financial to the table to make us a winning partnership. You know what I mean? And all of us in this room at different stages in our life, he's a newlywed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to fucking call myself. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Flesh. You know what I'm saying? So Flesh point of view about being in a relationship is different. Like, what are you looking for? Or what do you have?
Okay. We starting off right here.
Yeah, because I know you coming with the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, all right.
I already know he's going to be extra sensitive on his side.
Okay. Yeah.
You already know.
No, not really.
Yeah, but I can just say for me, man, it's just a simple fact that, like before, people who watched the show before know that I was married before. I was with my high school sweetheart, and we was together for a long time. Had 4 beautiful kids, 2 girls and twin boys. Through that process of growing and knowing myself, when I left, it's like if I look for a wife again, I know what I want and I know what I'm looking for. It's not a guess. I can say it's not a guess for me per se than other guys that's going to go down the road. There's a difference when you walk down, when you looking for the wife the second time and you know what it is that you're looking for.
Your adolescent stage, it was strictly
about it was about doing the right thing. You know, she got pregnant in high school. I was just like, oh, I didn't want to be like my dad, you know, having multiple different kids everywhere. So I told her, and you know, you immature at that time because you ain't really got no guidance like that. So I'm going, oh, well, I'm staying with you for the rest of my life because I ain't having more kids by this person, this person, this person. And I end up staying and doing the right thing because at the time when you're young, I mean, I did love her, you know, in high school, but it's a difference when you young and then you grow into yourself as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So now it's like when I look for a woman now, for me, because I've always been a go-getter and because there's a certain place, everybody goals are different. My goal is when I retire, I never want to work again, but I don't never want to work again worrying about a paycheck to a paycheck or worrying about if I'm getting paid. So if I come along, and that's where my goal has been going. So if I deal with a woman, if she's going to be somebody that comes in and financially takes away instead of adding, I can't rock with her.
Check this out. I'm gonna let you pause with that because I'm gonna let you get back into that. I don't want you to go too deep because this is what it is. You had somebody you was in love with early, right?
Yeah.
And you, because the way you was brought up, you know, I'm gonna be an honest man, blah blah blah.
Exactly.
The reason why I led with that because we got to come to this fucker right here.
Yeah.
He came from savagery to now.
Wow.
Now he's
wow.
Now he's here, like
because the guy y'all know, I never met before. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Like he's transitioned to.
Because not only you, even other people that I know in common from y'all.
From the ball, he's got the ball and chain. But before the ball and chain, wow, it was the savagery. This is why I wanted to bring it to you. Because when we was younger and we was jumping here to here to here, it was strictly looking for the physical. Like it was the physical. The materialistic shit. We were showing a lot of money, spending a lot of money. No doubt. You know what I mean? And end up dealing with people at that point in time in life you would never even fucking think about dealing with right now.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Not at all. No. So you got to tell people about your journey from savagery to the ball and chain.
I mean, like, you know, just like we all came up in a certain circle, you know, shit. It was all about, you know, getting them, those women. I'm not going to say the other word. We was living for the night. We clubbed, we partied and stuff.
Young man, you're going to live for the night.
A lot of females, blew a lot of money, you know, and you out there in that lifestyle, you attract a lot of women. So, you know, you have encounters with a lot of women and stuff. You get to a certain age, you wake up, sit on the side of the bed, you know, why am I doing this?
Yeah, we had our Hakeem from Coming to America moments where it's like I have to go soil my royal oats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Royal oats just happen to be fucking bland Cheerios for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never had real oats.
But that's because y'all didn't know y'all worth.
We wasn't supposed.
Like
I'm not saying you weren't
supposed to.
We was just young, dumb, and full of cum.
Young, dumb, full of cum. But again, it's like you not knowing your worth. But then again, why do you think men still to this day carry that same behavior all the way through their 20s and their 30s? Some of them just do it through their 40s and 50s.
Some motherfuckers never. There's some motherfuckers that I rock with back in the day. I look at them now like.
Yeah, it's some dudes.
That's my point. That's my point.
Me, I did that. Like, we can't even. Right now, for me, like, I'm still a dude that's into the. I like women with the big foreheads. I'm sorry. Shout out to Rihanna.
Rihanna's.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even my ex, whatever she calls herself, she got a big forehead. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like big titties because I don't like a woman with a flat chest. It's like hugging a boy. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta have a big ass, but you gotta have enough to keep my balls off the sheet.
Right.
Yeah, so we need that. Physically, that's still what I like. I've always liked that. But to add to that, just the physical shit, yo, if we can't have a conversation, a stimulating conversation,
it's a wrap.
It's a fucking wrap.
Yeah, true.
I can't deal with it.
Yeah, true. And that goes back into, like I said before, like everybody on different levels, and that's you got to find that person that's on that level with you, and you got to find somebody that either if you're a type of person that want to elevate, you got to find somebody that's on the same level as you or maybe up, and you can elevate up with that person.
They can't be an anchor. They can't be an anchor to what you're doing. They gotta
yeah,
be
but that's the problem.
They gotta propel you. They can't fucking bring you down.
They just can't be a rider.
Yeah, but most of the time with me, it's like when you trying to find somebody, it's the person is more so an anchor because it's like the opposites attract. They do attract, but the problem is like the things that you got to settle for when you do that. It's like, okay, if I settle for this girl giving me all of this, but is that really worth me stopping the reach where I want to reach?
Can I ask you this about being an anchor, and this is directed to both of y'all? Do we put ourselves in a position for them to be an anchor? Do we give off the wrong perception? Like we may show them a little bit too much too soon. Like
true,
you may show them. You may show them like, you know what, I'm a wine and dine you. But this shit ain't gonna last. Like I'm just doing this because it's nostalgic and it's beginning.
Well, really, I say no, because I think a lot of times with society they always try to bend. Every time I watch all these different shows and podcasts, they always try to bend it towards us. In a way, they got a point because a man is supposed to be the leader, like they say, a man's supposed to be the provider, know how to lead. That's why I said the man don't know his worth. You still got to find. That's why men got to be cutthroat. You have to be cutthroat with women in order for them. They might not like it, but it's better for them to understand that, because the right woman that see your worth is going to come along and go like this. All right, I'm gonna have to fucking level up if I want to be with the person. And they not gonna get complacent because they understand the bigger picture. If I help him get to where he need to get at, his vision is big enough that's going to benefit all of us, if not more, and they will work hard at doing that. But a woman who gets complacent and start getting selfish and be like, oh, I ain't got to do this, I ain't got to do that, he's going to do everything. That's a mentality that's not talked about that we face on a daily basis.
And that's the mentality to get them cheated on very fucking fast. You can think that all you want.
Yeah, which is true. That's one of the reasons behind why men do cheat.
Yeah, you become complacent. Guess what? I'm out of here. Beat it, scram.
But you shouldn't cheat though. But that's one of the reasons why.
I didn't say you shouldn't. I'm just saying that's what's gonna happen. Beat it, scram. You're fucking out of here.
Hold on, that's not cheating. If you cut her off and send her on her way, that's not cheating.
You're right. You know what? That's just beat it, scram. I'm not even cheating. Just get out.
Beat it, scram. But no, I mean, shoot. I remember a chick told me one time, she was like, man, I see y'all out in the club shining and stuff like that. I knew from the get-go I was
got that shit a lot.
I said, what?
Got that shit a lot.
I knew I wanted to fuck you. Or fuck one of y'all.
Because women are women.
I looked at your crew and I looked at your circle.
Because women.
And I looked at that night. I said, I'm going to fuck one of them.
I'm about to piss people off.
Look at the perception. But look at the perception we gave off.
That's what I'm saying.
Popping bottles before social media in the club.
But like I said, women are materialistic.
Oh, yeah.
They naturally are. And when I say that to some of them, they get mad, like in large group settings and conversations, and I go, you are. Because if I met you and I was in bummy clothes, you would not fucking talk to me.
At all.
I could be coming from work. I could have on my... You would not talk to me. I did this shit on purpose. I literally dressed in fucked up shit that I was working in at the time before I started, back in the day when I used to be an auto technician. I used to work on cars and shit and go inside the store and be talking. Don't be paying you no mind. But the minute that you come in fresh gear, you got on all your good shit. The next thing you know, all the attention start coming.
That's a fucking
because that's the way they design.
That's a fucking fact. Hey, check this out, man. Before we get into the materialistic shit of what women look at as far as us, we're definitely going to talk about what we look at as far as y'all's materialistic things too. But look, we're going to take a real quick break, man. We're going to get into our sponsors, our advertising, because we got fucking bills to pay. And we'll be right back right here on UnifiedRadio.tv with Imperfect Sense. All right, we are back with Imperfect Sense right here on UnifiedRadio.tv. Sir. On the last break, man, we ended with materialistics, right? And the fact of the things that we put off and the things that we like and all of that good shit. Now, let me bring it back to us about the materialistic shit, right? When you was talking about shorty. Like, yeah, it don't matter whoever it is. I'm fucking one of you, right? Because the perception that we put off. You came to the club fresh, jewelry up, smelling good, popping bottles and shit like that. So in hindsight, if she would have got with one of us, well, maybe she did. We might have G'd up. She might have been fun bag for the night. But what I'm saying is, the perception that we gave off wouldn't have had nothing to do about love. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the fact she fucking with you or fucking with y'all based on of what she thinks she can get out of there. The same thing with us. We look at something and we hear it, the battle cry, oh, y'all like them women that be half naked? Yes, we do. Thank you, Instagram. We love half naked women.
Yes. Right.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times for us in this room, not for you anymore, but for men, but yeah, for real. But the men that got something going on, we look at that shit and be like, damn, she nice. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, what else she got to fucking offer?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could play with you. Your body telling me I could play with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm looking at it like I'll play, but will it go any further than that?
Right.
Who the fuck knows? Until we have a conversation. And if that conversation don't go well, it was fun. You just a fun bag. It's just, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just a good memory.
Sometimes I don't even.
Sometimes the memories be bad.
Sometimes the memory you run into somebody's street like, hey, you remember me? Nah.
I recognize the face, but don't remember the name.
Don't remember that. Like, you don't remember.
That's because y'all had too many. Y'all not wholesome like me.
It's not.
It doesn't matter.
Oh my goodness.
I remember who I.
It ain't always got to be about the sexual. It's just you don't remember. It's motherfuckers that walk up to you right in the street like, man, you. I'm like, nah, I don't recollect. I don't remember that. Like, was I drunk?
Yeah.
I damn sure wasn't high because I don't get high. But I'm like, I don't remember you. You know what I mean?
See, this is an area where y'all go at. You know, you know how my life was coming up.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You didn't have your chance to have savagery at a young age.
I wasn't going to have savagery because of my upbringing.
What the fuck that mean?
Like I had guidance from my grandmother.
I had guidance from my grandmother too.
But I mean, we all had guidance. But
and I listened.
I'm being truthful. Most of the guys I knew coming up, the OGs, were womanizers. Either they were, you had some that were squares, you had some that was out there in the life, but they were all womanizers. They all made money. They all drive nice cars.
Here's the thing: my uncles who I've been around, they were womanizers. They had nice cars. They had tons. My one uncle had tons of. My uncle was 8 years older than me. Remember Melvin was running the East Baltimore with the drugs and shit. Like, yeah, he was young. Running together with him. Gold chain with his name going across the big dookie back during that time. He had bitches coming in and out the house 24/7.
Now, staying on the lines of the materialistic when it comes to us, right? Society has people believing that.
When you say this, before you go there, material men, some men are materialistic when they trying to bait a woman.
But what I'm saying, this is what I mean when I say materialistic, is when it comes to men, a lot of times, it's not even a lot. All the time, we're not valued for the way we think, the way we move, the way we act. We're valued on what the fuck we can provide. Fact. It's a lot of good men out here that are single that'll look past because either he's on public transportation, he may not look as good on the eye.
Right.
He may not be able to provide this facade of a love and hip hop lifestyle that you all think is fucking for real. He's not able to take you on these many vacations and do all this other shit and eat at that overrated ass Ruth Chris and all that bullshit. But at the end of the day, he the one that'll worship the ground you walk on.
Absolutely. Don't
cheat on you, treat you right. But the fact of he can't provide those things, he ain't the man for you.
What's the problem?
What you mean? What's the problem? What you mean? That's what we talking about.
Yeah,
so
I don't think
what's that old saying that Chris Rock said about men are not loved unconditionally?
No, we based off of, when he said that, I felt that shit.
And that's the fucking problem.
But listen, it is a problem, but it's reality. I understand way I stand it. That's why I said that men have been transformed to beta males. Like, it's just like I told people when I was coming up, you did not see this when men were our age, like in our age, when we were kids. We never seen this amount of men very submissive to women and yes, baby, the happy life, happy wife shit. Like everything is surrounded around them.
I ain't never living like that.
No, but what I'm saying is that we never saw it. So because we're in a society now that have it on a large scale, it's confusing for guys like us, and it's confusing for women because they still looking for that alpha dominant male, but not realizing they ain't around because of what was done to get us like this. That's why the confusion comes in. Women that
it's a hypocrisy, bro. Because it's like this. You can't say that it's no good men out here. It's blah blah blah. It's 1,000 of them. Like this is the reality. We're in 2021 now.
Yeah.
2020. It was a lot of fucked up, not just men. It was a lot of fucked up women financially because of this whole pandemic and this COVID shit. So because a man is down and out and he may not be able to go buy you that overpriced Birkin.
If you can't afford the Birkin, don't ask nobody else for a Birkin.
Right. If you can't afford snow crab legs, don't ask nobody for snow crab legs.
But the problem is that, again, women are not held to the same standards that we're held.
That's our fault.
Listen. But that's naturally how they are. They look at a man to be naturally a provider. You got women out here that go 50-50 with it, but guess what? The type of man that they want,
and we're going to get into that.
That's what I said, the type of man that we want. We can wait for that.
But that's the next on go. That's late in the go round.
Okay, all right. I'm going to put it like that.
That's late in the go round.
You can put y'all from that. Because I don't want to jump too far into
we're not going to jump too far. But like I was alluding to, like it's just a hypocrisy in the shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't equate love and finance. You just for me, you can't. For me, I'm gonna just say for me.
I'm gonna tell you this. I used to think like that, the nice me, because of the way I was raised, old fashioned, man provider. My grandmother, we had to take out the trash. You don't let, as a man in the house, don't let the woman take out the trash. All this stuff that I was conditioned to do. That's why I said that a lot of us feel like we have been lied to because we came up in a way of being providers and doing those things. But then the culture, society has been switching women to take the forefront of a house, the mass majority of them. So that's why you run across the country, women run the household. It's more women running the household than men. So you had our era coming up like that. So when we trying to find a woman, it's going to be hard for us to find that type of woman because a lot of them already been conditioned to be leaders in their household. So how hard do you think it's going to be for a woman to all these houses, a lack of a father figure, mothers taking them to raise them to be strong women because they had to be strong women, and then these young boys have been kicked to the side to not know how to be men because whether the mother didn't want the father around, which is fucked up, or whether the father didn't want to be around, which is fucked up. We're not passing blame on anybody, but this is the outcome of it. So now we here in this era right now where we having these discussions and women having discussions saying they can't find that strong man. You can't find that strong man because when you find good guys like us, we got standards. We got standards.
Oh, absolutely.
We know our worth. So you ain't gonna you're not gonna get away with us with your private area. I'll just say that.
Because it don't excite me.
Yeah, because exactly.
Don't get me wrong. I like it.
Yeah, you like it,
but
you're not gonna control me with that. Like the men that you want, you're not gonna control them with sex because we think like this. I can get it anywhere. Anytime. I can get it anywhere.
Once you get it in abundance, it's like, okay, the next one, whatever. This is what I'm saying. You remember we talked about this about years ago. It seemed like it was this gray area where everything started to switch. Where where you found the women that were actually the ones who bring home the bread and stuff. Now you're starting to look at some of these guys, young boys, tend to go in and say, well, you'll find an older chick. And the old chick's like, I don't need your money. I just need your time.
The
and
roles are switching. Everything that women used to complain about men doing, the cheating, the infidelity, the stick behind back, the arrogant attitude, and you ain't shit. The role switched because the power in society and the working place.
Absolutely.
So the providing part switched. So now they do exactly what we do, what we used to do. Right. So that's why you have the movement that you have.
And I agree. And I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of times, when it comes to the actual relationship part of, we know a lot of women at the forefront and making a lot of money, and roles have definitely switched somewhat. I've read this story, right, of a lady. She's making $100,000 a year. Her husband to be, well, she married him, was like 50 grand, and her family was like, "Nah, you could have did better." She like, "Why?" Like, he loved me, I love him, and he loves me unconditionally, does anything I need him to do. You could have did better because of the amount of money you make versus the amount of money he made. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit that's fucked up. So everybody that's listening, looking, right? Tell people mind their fucking business.
Right.
Like, love who you love. You know what I mean? Don't matter if, hey, they make as much as you, make more than you, make less than you. If that person treats you right, then that's the person for you. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to break with that, because check this out. We got to get into a word from our sponsors and our advertisers, because we got bills to pay over here in Imperfect Sense. And we be right back. Right back. So check this out, man. We got into all the materialistic things and all this other shit. Like, and the materialistic aspect of it, we can go for days, hours, years talking about this shit, right? So before we even talked about actually getting into the show, I had to get some feedback from the people. You know what I'm saying? Went on social media, asked, a few of our listeners, a few of our up and coming fans.
Oh, so you finally did some work.
Okay. Yeah, I did a little bit.
He ain't P. Diddy
I did a little bit. So I asked a question via Facebook, right? I didn't put it on our gram. Like, Facebook, when it comes to Facebook dialogue, it's just way more deeper. So we let people know we was doing a show, Love versus Finances. And the funny thing about it, the majority of the people were saying, "Hey, I need love, 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 love." That's not the perception that everybody's given. Like, you can take, for instance, what Dr. Dre's going through.
Oh yeah.
Take what Dr. Dre going through. This strange wife, soon to be a strange wife, asking for $2 million a month.
Did she leave him or he left her?
She left. She left and wants to be paid.
But she already make money.
No, she don't.
I thought she was a lawyer.
I don't know what her finances is, but this is a thing that scares a lot of men, especially black men. When you see things like this pop up in the news, pop up in the media, where something that you worked so hard for, somebody can come and just take half.
Listen, I've been through it. And I'll just tell you, it's not a pretty thing. You go through too much shit. And that's why I said, because we live in a society that caters mostly to women, if you are a man,
it's only wrong when it happens to them.
Yeah, but I know, but that's just the way the world is. You can't change it. It's bias. We got biased things that lead in our favor. They got a lot of biased shit that lead to them. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is,
we got biased shit to lead to us.
No, I'm talking about they have it on a larger scale.
I'm about to say, I don't remember a man receiving any fucking thing but grief and headache from you motherfuckers.
Yeah, but fact check. The thing is that if a man already built something for himself, especially us that come from nothing, you have to be wise about the woman that you pick. Because it's going to take more. That's why, in my opinion, it takes more to love. I used to think that way, but it takes more than that. Because the fact of the matter is that women don't have those old school standards anymore. They're not coming into those situations that, like, oh, when I get a man, that's it. And you can trust that from every woman. Remember, I tell people all the time, Even through scriptures, when you read the Bible, you always had Jezebels walking the earth.
Always.
They come in all shapes and sizes.
Balance.
They come in places where they seem like they ain't the ones stripping on the street or hooking selling. Those are the ones that go around looking for men for an opportunity to go, when I get with this man, if we break up, it's a come up for me. Mm-hmm. So it's like they come into a situation with okay, this man that I got, they're going to want something that provides better for them. I come into the situation and I'm good. If we stay together, I'm good. If we leave, I'm still good. Because I can take half his shit. Right. So it's a complete come up. So men today, and those of you who are watching, when you build yourself you have to sign a prenup.
So you're basically saying that men get duped because we looking for love and somebody else is looking for the present stability and the future stability if it doesn't work out.
Yes, and you taking a risk. Mm-hmm. Especially when, and that's why I said it's very important that you get with someone that knows themselves. You don't need nobody in search of, still trying to find a way through shit, because if you already on your right path, and this is for men and women, if you already on your path and you already know yourself, you went through your trials and tribulations, and now you go, oh, I know my goals and my standards, I'm shooting for the stars. Shoot for the motherfucking stars. If you try to mess with anybody that ain't got their shit together, they just gonna set you off track.
Yo, let me read this real quick from. Okay. I'm gonna read a verbatim from one of the people that commented about this post. I choose A because it was a multiple choice thing, right? So she said, I choose A. We live in a capitalistic society that heavily gets in the way of people finding true love. It literally has come down to survival, which according to man's law is our first need. Being so expensive, thus making everything about money. But if you have two stable people who are great with finances, then you can have the love over the money. Wait a minute, what else you say? Have the love over the money. I'm going to just leave it with that because she went so long. What do y'all feel about that?
Oh, you can go there.
I mean, I agree. I mean, it sounds good. I mean, until if I had to go use an example.
Everything sounds good until money gets involved, right?
Until the money gets involved, until that money slows the fuck up. COVID-19. Mm-hmm. When motherfuckers get furloughed. Mm-hmm. And you looking around like, oh shit.
That's the number one cause of divorce.
It's the number one cause of divorce.
It's money.
Yeah. It's money. It's money.
Yeah, and
all types of it.
In all types of ways. And that's why I said it's like, that's one option. Because there's so many scenarios why people choose to leave, male or female. Right. Think about it. People not knowing who they are when they try to make a commitment to someone and want to go long term. Right. Because to me, my opinion, a lot of women, when they get with a guy, when they with that guy, they already picture him long term. Women, when they normally go out and they find a nice guy, they don't continue to date. They just lock in on that guy, not even knowing if he's the right woman. They'll rock it out with him. But that's why I said, if they don't fully know themselves, what happens later when y'all do come into money? Mm-hmm. When you do find yourself, and then you looking at that person, you gonna love them, but you gonna go, I know who I am now, and I want to go complete myself.
I'm gonna tell you how split people is over love versus finances, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm only bringing this person up because they do shit in the public eye. So when you do things in the public eye, you open yourself up for public opinion and public perception, right?
See who he talking about.
So look, right, because they've been a hot topic, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm only bringing them up because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Right. So we got rapper Quavo for the Migos, right?
Okay.
Got a pretty little thing, woman. I'm sorry, I said thing, but he got somebody he's in love with, right? Spoiling her like crazy. She talking about Birkin bags, he buying her Bentleys and all this other shit, right? So this is where it's divided. You got some people saying, hey, like, yo, what does she bring to the table? Like, she only fucking with you because you buying all this other shit. Then you got other people that's divided like, hey, that's his woman. If he got it, he should spoil her, right? Mm-hmm. For me, if I got it, I'm going to spoil mine. If I got it. I don't know if I'm buying her no fucking Bentley. I'm not too fast to be in pussy that long to buy a Bentley. But when it comes to nice things, like, yeah, I would definitely spoil my woman. But guess what? She's just not going to be a woman that's getting spoiled and not bringing nothing to the table. If that makes sense to any of y'all.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It doesn't, no matter which way he go with it, that's his choice.
True.
Like, that's, people can comment and say what they want, but you're not in his financial situation. You can't go out and buy a Bentley and then buy Birkin bags and this. Everybody don't live under these celebrity lifestyles. But then, like the financial status.
Let me give you a hypothetical, and I'm not wishing this on him at all. If he loses it all and she leaves,
then that's on him.
Then he's made to be the fool.
Right.
So everybody that said, "Hey, she was only fucking with you," they gonna seem like they're right.
He's gonna be the butt of everybody's
and he's gonna be the butt of everybody's jokes. And he's gonna look back like, yo, damn, I bought all this stuff, millions of dollars worth of shit, and once it's gone, she's gone. Because it brings me to what you told us the other day about the ball player. Tell the ball player story real quick.
Okay, so Rockets forward, his name is Christian Wood.
Oh yeah.
6'11". He just recently signed a 3-year.
I'm trying to figure out why you said his height though.
I mean, 6'1",
I mean, like,
I don't know, but that's the part he's a forward. He's 6'11" forward.
I still know, like it threw. I was waiting for the pause. Like, I'm just saying. You said the man was like six.
Okay, pause.
Okay, I'm just.
He's a
I was waiting for the.
He's a 6'11" forward. Pause. Okay, but he just signed a $3 million deal. A 3-year deal for $41 million. When he came out of UNLV in his sophomore year, he was highly recruited. Mm-hmm. He averaged 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 2.
So basically, the stars was lined up for him to be millionaire.
So, draft night, okay? Caesar's Palace. He rented out a suite. His coach, his family, and friends are there. And his lady.
Supposed to be a big event.
Supposed to be a
draft night.
The biggest night probably was supposed to be of his whole life. 2015. And guess what?
He didn't
get drafted. He said, you know what he said? He said he was really like distraught and stuff. He said he ran out this party. Everybody was celebrating at first, and then once his name wasn't called, that was that. So
first of all, the embarrassment behind that in itself, shit.
So he said, basically he took his girlfriend, dropped off at the airport, and he never heard from her again.
She never called. She never called. Contact with him at all.
Never reached him out. Nothing. Mm-hmm. Try to get up with him.
And these are the stories that they sweep underneath the rug.
That's the thing. Yup. And then he had to work his way. Going across seas.
He bounced
around and played for a couple years
everywhere. He went to G League. He bounced around to the Sixers, Hornets, Bucks, Pelicans, Pistons. He finally found a home.
And got a nice big ass contract.
Yes.
And women.
And then they say she tried to reach back out to him.
She tried, but he was
yeah. And you know what? It's a very, very common story. You find out that a motherfucker, this waterhead, buckethead bitch, never fucking loved you for you. She loved you because of what she thought you could provide and get out of the deal.
But that's why I do not have sympathy for any celebrity who was already famous, or they meet somebody when they the big talk, even before they make it famous. Like,
and don't make him sign a prenup.
Like he was like for example with him, like he was the big talk in his town. So any girl get with him, he should have already known. If she wasn't with me when nobody knew me, then you already taking the risk anyway. Yeah. So anybody with money should make a person sign a prenup.
And if they don't want to sign a prenup, guess what? It's not going to happen because shout out to retired NBA player Steven Jackson. He walked out.
Yeah, he sure did.
At the altar.
At the altar.
He walked out because she did not want to sign. Yeah. He walked off. And he played the shit right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he played the shit right. So when people... See, my thing is if you was with me when I didn't have nothing and you was morally supporting me and if I get it, it's no prenup.
Without shouts out.
It's no prenup. But if I got it already and you ain't signed, guess what? This shit is over. It's over, soldier.
Because I think it should be up to the person. If a person didn't help you build to get it and was there, I'm talking as far as even being there for you, supportive and doing those things. If the shit don't work out, it shouldn't be the court's decision to tell me how much money I gotta give you.
Mm-hmm.
And it don't matter if I leave or you leave, you still get to get it. That's why a prenup.
And it works. It works for women too. Like it ain't just us. Because there's a lot of y'all that got hit too.
No, what's the
it ain't often.
What's the basketball girl name?
Was it Brittany?
Brittany, the what you call her story?
Okay.
Yeah, Brittany Griner with her. Her shit was fucked up. You know, because she had to pay child support for the other kids.
She ain't got no dick.
Yeah, she had to pay child support.
She did.
Maybe she might.
You know, and they listen. She said, you know, they said, oh, you want to be married, so we're gonna treat you just like the standard married couple.
Mm-hmm.
You owe child support.
And the funny thing about it, like I know this is a sidebar, but that was one of the factors of passing gay marriage. It's like a lot of what was going to be the backlash in court if the relationship didn't work out. Who's the man? Who's the woman? Because the man always gets hit harder.
What's the comedian?
It's true. It's the truth.
What's the comedian that said? He said, you know, gay women want to get married just like, you know, straight men. He said, why not? They want to be unhappy. Why not?
So I mean, that was a shame that you gotta be like, you know, married and unhappy. But unfortunately, because of the circumstances that go on again, you know, I say this word all the time. Beta males are the reason why society women think it's acceptable to treat us the way that they did.
You know, ideally, you know what people first of all, people gotta cut their phones off, right? Mm-hmm. And stop looking at other people's lifestyle. Because you know what people envision it. First, you know, people envision their marriage to be like Will and Jada until that entanglement shit hit. Right, both of them rich and they doing all this. And then wait, hold up. But then the entanglement shit hit, right? But really, you know what relationship they really want? Everybody think they Jay and Beyonce. I need a man who's going to be rich like me, or I need a woman who's going to be rich like me, and we can do this and we can do that. Look here. They're in a bracket of 1% of people in a fucking America.
In the world.
Yeah. So what you're looking for is less than 1%. What you're striving for is less than 1%. Hey, if you love me for me, I'll take 80% of a woman working at Roll Farms right now. Right here. I'll take my chances with this. You come home smelling like chicken, making $11 an hour. Look, baby, you trying. You know what I'm saying? At least you trying. You know what I mean? I got a better chance with 80% of the women that work at Roll Farm versus me finding a fucking Beyonce. Even though I would like to have Beyonce. It's not going to fucking happen. It's not going to happen.
You're living a dream.
Living a dream. Yo, you got to cut the phone off.
The person's. That's a thin line for me.
What you mean?
Like you said, like the Royal Farms.
That's because you somewhere different. You somewhere different. I'm broke.
No, whatever, man.
The farm make the same money.
And then you talk to a Beyonce, say, could you ever imagine? You say, no, I never imagined this ever in my whole entire life that I will ever be here.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like what relationships when it come to us. Trying to find that right woman, when you find her, it shouldn't fucking matter. Like you said about the money and everything, but it kind of does if you're trying to get to a certain place.
Mm-hmm.
So what do a person do with that? When you got somebody you love, but you know, you talk to this person about growing and this person like, nah, I'm comfortable where I'm at.
If they're not willing to meet you halfway or try, I mean, relationships are about compromise anyway. I mean, if you're not willing to do what I require you to be, for me to be happy and me doing the same for you, then we ain't gonna be able to rock.
I'm just gonna say this. If I'm in a relationship and I'm with a woman for long term, I'm gonna get some backlash. But whatever the fuck I say, go. I'm sorry. Whatever the fuck I say, go. Let me tell you why. Because the type of woman that I attract, they always keep talking about this, you know, man, head of the household shit. This is okay. Whatever I say, go. The same way how whatever needs that you need to be provided, I gotta provide them for you. I gotta do all this shit for you. When your fucking car break down, I gotta stop whatever the fuck I'm doing, wherever I'm at, to come change your tire. I got to do all this other shit. Then guess what? You gonna do what the fuck I say when I say do it. Not in no I turn the type of way, but because I'm not.
Shit.
No, not in no I turn the type of way.
Let me take the shoe off, Anime.
Yeah, not no I turn the type of way. But my thing is that I don't never really ask for nothing because I provide everything for myself. So when I do ask for something, I expect for it to be done. Because if you start saying no or feeling some type of way or feeling like you privileged, that little apple in my eye, you just chip away. You take slices away from you being an apple in my eye. That's all that naturally happens to us as men. Every time we meet a woman, and this is a lesson for y'all, man, for y'all understand. When your woman disrespects you as a man and take you and make you feel like you're not in control of the situation that goes on with the relationship,
I left the relationship.
That's when you start losing interest, and that's the reason why
other
women start becoming. All the women start looking like I gotta get this, gotta get that, because she destroyed the dream, that vision that you had of her of being this perfect thing that's meant for me, and she's tore it all away, and that's why men go cheat.
Facts. Hey, but your situation is different. Like you found the love of your life, and you know what I mean. Y'all got some balance. So how did y'all get some balance?
Well, I mean, we also had.
Don't laugh.
He's laughing, but all jokes aside, you got like so far as like.
Look at the inside joke, y'all. That's all. It's an inside joke, man.
Holy shit!
Go ahead, finish your thing, man.
I didn't even know the inside joke.
You know the inside joke.
I'm on the outside of the joke.
Oh my god!
But you just got to find somebody that you equally yoke with. Y'all share the same values, same goals. It's almost like the like you say your do's and don'ts. Some of the you say what's something that you don't like. You list those down and say, can I manage with that? Can I cope with this? This is something that she's like, for instance, she's really in the church.
Mm-hmm.
She likes to go to church. So I'm saying, okay.
Yeah, that helped you. That helped deal with your savagery, I guess.
Not savagery. What you trying to say?
Yeah, because he said you was a savage.
The Christian white man words?
What?
Tame me or something?
That's what it took. If you was think about it. If you as bad as they say you were, because I didn't experience that side of you, I have gotten the saved version of you. So that Andy that they know, I don't know. No, like Andy is really like the nicest guy that I know. Pause. Like no homo, seriously, he's like the nicest guy that I know.
Yo, on that
I never seen him get angry. I never seen him get angry.
All right, man. Y'all landed on thick here. Pause. Y'all landed on thick. But check this out, man. Look, we're going to take a break, man. Get into a word of our advertisers and our sponsors real quick. We'll be right back with Imperfect Sense right here on UnifiedRadio.tv. So check this out, man. This whole love versus finance thing, right? It brings me to this. And we're going to get into the hypocrisy of women wanting equality, right? And we want y'all to have equality. But they want equality on their terms. So, so it's like,
true.
You want equality on your terms. So it's like if you making 100,000 and she's making 100,000, that's supposed to be 200,000 in the house, right?
Absolutely.
But they have to wait a minute, hold up.
So many social media groups. I know what you're about to say.
But then when it comes down to the bills,
the man pay all the bills and they put
no, what you mean? Go half on a mortgage, half on a rent. You the man. Wait a minute, bitch. You just said you wanted equality. So equality comes with, guess what? This light bill due, I need your $1.25. The mortgage due, where's your $12.50? You know what I'm saying? The cable bill's due, I need your $100. No. They don't want that. They want to make their money and spend your shit.
Yeah.
So don't cry about equality. Right. Because guess what? I said this shit before. Like, if I'm paying everything, which I have no fucking problem with, I'm still old school with it. My belly better never be empty, and my balls better never not be full. Because if I tell you what I want and it's not done, you're not paying nothing anyway, you're getting the fuck out. You pack your shit.
But if she your wife, what if she switch up?
Then go to her mother's house. She can go to her mother's house. Once she learn her lesson on what she got, come on back home. Come on back home. If I'm paying everything, which I have no problem with, and taking on the stress of the world and whatever money you're making is going in your pocket, you taking care of all your cosmetic shit, all the other shit that you want to do with your money and not putting it towards the necessities or the maintenance of this lifestyle, then don't give me no fucking headaches.
And that's why
don't tell me I'm not getting no pussy. Don't tell me you ain't make that London broil. Don't tell me about none of that shit because you're not paying anything.
I agree.
But don't talk about you want a man that makes what you make, but you don't want to pay shit. What the fuck do I need you for?
Because the perception.
Man, I could jerk off for free.
Listen, I'm saying, but the perception, again, that's why I said it's up to us to make sure that we pick the right female that fits with us. Because like I told you before, I don't care what the rest of the world is doing. I'm an alpha male. It's not going to change. Mm-hmm. If I don't get what I want,
she got to go.
It's too much out here in the sea. Because if I'm doing my part, I shouldn't be begging or asking for something that you supposed to give me. It's not one-sided. Just like you said, if I'm going to be paying all the bills.
Which you don't have no problem with doing either.
Yeah, which I don't have no problem with doing because I'm doing it by myself. The only thing, like I said, for me, if I go into a relationship, what I'm giving up is my freedom. I'm giving up my freedom to go, when I see a fine woman, to go, I'm going to go talk to her and smash. That's what I'm giving up. Because if I'm paying all my bills, if I got my own place, got my own money, but I've got all my stuff that I need. I don't need, if I'm looking for another woman, what are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table? Because I'm giving up a lot. Right. The fact of the matter that, because men, like you said, women know, men get that urge and they want to go smash another woman, but you just don't do it when you're in a relationship. When a man chooses to be with you, he's giving, especially one that got his shit together, he's giving up that option that I don't have to worry about nobody calling me where I'm at, what I'm doing, who you hanging out with, how long you gonna be over there. It's disrespectful you coming in the house after 12. It's like you basically gonna go back to being a kid again with a parent.
So kid / slave.
Yeah, with a parent. So I'm saying to myself, if I pick you, what am I getting out of it? Like that's why I keep telling men today, like, because a lot of black men and these black boys coming up here, they got goals and ambitions and they running and they picking these girls. I be telling them, don't worry about that right now. Know your worth. I tell young women that too, but I focus on the men because they so lost. Know your worth. Right. Because you got to understand, when you pick someone, you're going to suffer the end of the stick. Nobody gives a fuck about when a man cries and what a man goes through. When women cry, people come to their rescue. Oh, what's wrong? What you do to her? What you do this? When a man cry, use a bitch.
It's an ugly
use
cry.
A whore, use a punk. So at the end of the day, like I said before, I realized, what am I giving up dealing with this woman? So at the end of the day, just like he said, if you don't give a man what he wants, if he goes, he goes.
He goes. I'm gonna give a young man a tactic to use to let you know if she's fucking with you or not. You take her out on a date, right? When they come do this, drop the bill off. She don't reach for it or ask like, what's her portion? This shit is over.
And the second trick behind that, because see, they going to switch it up once they see this.
If they don't reach for it, that don't mean they got to pay. You just want to see them reach for the motherfucker.
You got to go beyond that, because what you do, if you really want to make sure and you think you want to be with her, make her pay. Make her pay and see how she responds. I'm
gonna tell you about my ex little boo thing. Like she do that and still currently do that. That check hit the thing and she like, oh, let me see that. You got that? You need me? You know what?
Make her pay.
You know what?
Make her pay.
The fact that you offered, I'm gonna eat your ass. The fact that you just offered, you just got yourself a free ass ate.
Make her pay.
You know what I'm saying? You just got yourself a free ass ate, lady.
Make her pay.
Well, like with me and mine, she said, I want to eat. She go out there, she's flipping the bill. She'll go and say, if it's something she want to do or whatever.
That's balance.
But y'all,
man,
it don't count for you. You're married. Whatever money you spend and she spend is your money. It's your money. You're not taking no loss.
We have a understanding.
No, I
like the balance.
Bro, you're not taking no loss. When you're married, it's a whole different world. You're not taking a loss.
Didn't you do that before y'all had nuptials?
Okay, before then, but then again, y'all been together so long, y'all was like y'all was married anyway before you got married. So it's like you already was doing married shit because you wasn't fucking around, you wasn't doing so you was with one woman. So once you start building those years, you technically married anyway, just without the title. So you really not if y'all already building.
Yeah, he been James Evans for a long time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you already building with someone. You're not taking no loss.
I get what you're saying.
See what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
He been James Evans for a long time, man.
Make these motherfucking women pay. First date, let them pay for their shit.
And
see how they respond to you afterwards.
Man, and the funny thing is, man, that's the shit that
that's the G shit.
Everything else in the world can be forward thinking. But that part of a man paying for something is gonna be forever instilled. It don't matter. Mm-hmm. It don't matter. It's going to be forever and still. But before we get out of here, check this out, right? Final thoughts. What are you choosing? True love or the finances?
I mean, true love, really. But, I mean, need both.
How? How can you get that, though?
How can you get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they want both. Somebody that's going to build. Like, don't come
so you can build. You can build with someone.
Yeah, get with both. I'm not just taking love. I'm not taking that.
Okay.
I'm just not taking. I'm just not.
Okay, because I mean, you've been through some things. What about yourself?
Of course, love.
Yeah, you're a newlywed.
Of course, love. We got a lot of game plans. We got plans from A to Z.
That's good. That's called building. Now, for me, myself, side with my brother right here. Like, you're gonna bring something to the table. Like, love is one thing, but I'm not taking an anchor. Because I'm progressing, I'm shaking and moving. I need you to be that fan, that cheerleader. Because I always
fuck the fan and cheerleader.
No,
get on the field with me.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm alluding to. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be all of these things wrapped up in one. Because like
I'll cheer for a check. I ain't gotta do nothing but say yeah.
I try to tell dudes before, like, it's one thing to sit around with your homeboys and talk about, yeah, we need to get money and need to do this. You have the same conversations with your lady. Do you have them same conversations with your lady? Like, do you sit down and say, hey, like, yo, we need to do this in X, Y, and Z so we can get this bread together?
Yep.
On your Bonnie and Clyde shit. You know what I mean? A lot of dudes in the positions that they are because they don't have no conversation. You just want to deal with a woman that you could take care of and she's fucking with you because you can take care of her. She's not bringing nothing to the table.
You know when men get to that point?
They want to feel like they can. They like that. They like the fact that I bought my girl this and,
but here's
and
the
I
thing.
took her there, but can she do it for you though?
But those men have never been fucked over yet. That's why. Once somebody,
some of them have though. They just dumb.
But what I'm saying, once somebody fuck you over and you have to fight to get back what you earned on your own, after which you'll be a fool. You actually a fool after that point if you go down the same path again.
I agree. And check this out, man. Look, this has been another edition of Imperfect Sense right here on UnifiedRadio.tv. I'm Eric. This is Flesh. This is Andy. Shout out to Conway, man. We see y'all the same time, same Unified channel next week. Peace.